Good morning, friends. I am Sushma Puri, author and founder of the Human Dharma, the right human way of living that helps one live a good life and enrich the whole. The Human Dharma is a book and a US based non profit religious organization. My book, The Human Dharma, is available on Amazon.com. In continuity to my last book reading video, today I will read part of chapter 8, Truth. Truth as per me. Truth as per me. Truth is twofold. It lies outside me as well as inside me. Truth outside me is so fine that it cannot be grasped by mere senses, nor can truth inside me. Truth outside me has been grasped by scientists by their microscopic devices, and truth inside me has been grasped by mystics and sages by their intuition, self-searching, and meditation. The search for truth is so abstract and complex that when you are searching it, you don't even know what you are searching for. It is only when you find it that you know what you were searching for. As the search for truth is complex, so is its finding too. When you first find it, you don't even comprehend it completely. It is a sudden revelation of some truth in the deepest of your consciousness, or a deep inner voice speaking from within. Slowly and gradually, as you live on, think more, and incorporate it with other knowledge, then you know exactly how to define it. But its knowledge is so certain that nothing can waver you from it. I did not know what I was looking for when I started looking, but I was looking all right. I was born in India, and that too as a deeply sensitive child. I was born different. Since childhood, sights of death shook me from deep within and made me detest life and its every offering. As I grew up, I was constantly pained and perturbed by life around me, by masses of humans and their base living conditions, by sights of poverty, slums, and filth, by the sheer naked misery of hungry, helpless animals, and by the total hopelessness around me. Somewhere in the process, I started searching, knowing not what I was searching. I was restless, angry, and anxious all the time. Nothing made sense to me. You know how you feel when you have queries like these. I read, I thought, and I meditated. I read at length all religious scriptures and books. They did not satisfy me and felt totally out of place. Then I came to the USA. Here I saw a totally different kind of life around me. Few people, all well dressed and well behaved, big beautiful houses, rows of cars, dazzling light. Its order beauty, and wealth soothe my psyche. Human life could be different and perhaps beautiful too. My reading continued. I joined a college and took classes in different disciplines: math, science, humanity, and law. I spent hours in the library reading books on philosophy, humanities, and sciences. Western philosophers thought so differently. They questioned everything, reasoned, and tried to assess truth by thinking only. Their rationality was totally novel to me, but very impressive. World history opened my eyes to the vastness of our human world. Some 200 different countries, each with its own past and unique culture. Astronomy gave me a concept of the universe. Anthropology, with its well-supported theories, taught me how a human evolved from an ape to a human. Combining it with biology, a magnificent science, I learned all about human evolution, how a human evolved from elementary forms of life, from an amoeba to a fish to a reptile to a mammal to an ape, and finally from an ape to a human. Biology also taught me about the origin of the whole life, how it started on the earth some 3.8 billion years ago, its history, its vastness and variety, and the close connection of all forms of life. It showed how flora, the entire plant life, together with fauna, all living beings, form one closed whole, the whole of life, where all forms of life depend on one another and all are required to make the whole run. Science of physics unraveled the atom and energy make of the universe, the sheer finesse of all, the basic reality. It was within the pages of the science and humanity books, the ocean of knowledge, that I found pat answers to my queries. Lucid and clear knowledge of these books helped me understand the depth of a human make, the oneness of us all and life around me, the vastness and finesse of the universe. This knowledge formed part of my truth, the truth outside me. It gave me concepts of the human whole, the whole of life, and the universe, which formed O of Om, the prime truth of the human Dharma. Still, it was part of the truth outside me. There was another aspect of the truth inside me, which I had yet to discover. Together with reading, I meditated. Meditation came naturally to me. I never learned it. Maybe it was a purely genetic gift to me from my Brahmin ancestors. My father was a deeply religious man. I sought solitude. I contemplated deeply and tried to synthesize all knowledge. I talked to myself all the time. I never left it. I sat in silence and probed myself constantly. I still had queries within myself. Who am I? What is this life? What is death? Many unnamed queries. It was as if I could it was as if I could see through the fragility and seeming futility of life so clearly. I felt as if I had lived many a lifetimes. I talked to myself for hours. I cried bitterly. Nothing gave me peace. Meditation is an inner journey into oneself. Through my constant everyday meditation, deep reflection, contemplation, gazing inward into myself, I was going deeper and deeper into the abyss of myself. It was during such moments of deep meditation that answers started revealing to me. Then one day, while in deep meditation, when I was still questioning myself, who am I? There arose a voice within me that said, I am the one. It is from me that all originates, and it is into me that all comes back. It was such an inner voice arising from my own self that I just knew this was true. At that very moment, I was one with my true self. It was such a clear, definite knowledge of myself that nothing could shake me from it. I had found myself. I had found the base point of myself and the base point of all. Now I knew where to start from and where to come back to. Later on, I tried to unravel it. I knew I was an individual human and an individual soul. I knew about individual souls from my personal experience. I knew that individual souls existed and my soul was one of them. This definition of truth, one from whom it all emerges and one into whom it all comes back, could not be the definition of only my soul. This was the definition of the soul of all, the origin point of all, from whom all originates and to whom all comes back. This was the power point of the whole, and this power point of the whole, from whom it all originates and to whom all goes back, resides in the deepest depth of one's self-soul, whom one can access by a genuine search for truth and by meditation. I say whom because it is conscious. It spoke to me. This power point is the center of the whole as well as the center of each and every entity in the whole. It resides in the center of every entity's true self, one's soul. From this, I derive the ahem of Om, the base point of myself and the base point of all, the whole. This completed Om, the prime truth of the human dharma. This was my experience of truth, truth which I was searching for without knowing what I was searching for. But once I found it, it calmed me from deep within and gave me a point of certitude. the base point of myself and the base point of all. It was after this personal experience of prime truth that I could synthesize all my knowledge. Now I knew where to start from and where to come back to. Now I had this point of certitude, my own center, residing in the deepest depth of my soul and the center of all, the whole, from whom the whole originates and into whom the whole goes back. This center formed the ahem of Om, which means I or my deep self, my soul. Now I knew both aspects of truth, truth outside me and the truth inside me. From this emerged Om, the central truth of the human dharma and its three sub-truths. First, Om is the whole. Second, Om is the prime energy channel within which the whole moves. And third, Om is the prime principle of living. Om forms the central truth of the human dharma, which I will discuss in part 2 of this book, Om, the prime truth and the human dharma way of living. As far as the prime truth, the basic reality or the way things are is concerned, I will say things are not the way they look. The universe is not the way it looks. All things and the universe actually exist in the form of an extremely fine, pure, moving, conscious energy, light-like, originating from one center and coming back to it. This is the center of the whole as well as the center of each and every entity in the whole. This center resides in the deepest depth of one's self, soul, whom one can access by genuine search for truth and by meditation. This truth, the energy make of all things, is extremely fine, not visible to our senses. Its finesse and truth can only be seen by scientists with their microscopic devices, and its inner truth, its conscious energy, its purity and bliss can only be experienced by sages and mystics in their deepest moments of meditation, often after an intense, genuine search for truth. Thank you friends. I hope you enjoyed my video. Please like it and subscribe if you did. Also, please share it. That will help me in spreading good teachings of the human dharma to all. Your comments and questions are welcome. Please join us on Facebook and Twitter. Once again, my book, The Human Dharma, is available on Amazon.com. See you soon for my next video. Have a great day.